As a musician, before you sign contract papers, make sure that you cover every information that is conveyed in the contract papers. Make sure you have read and understood what it is that has been stipulated in the contract. Whatever the contract says, you must make sure that you understand every aspect of it. That means that you should hire the services of a legal aid or a legal advisor, somebody who is conversant with copyright laws and music business and music administration and all of that. Somebody who is conversant with copyright laws and the laws that govern the music business and the music industry. You hire somebody like that to assist you before you sign the contract papers. It is very important so that you are not imprisoned by any contract, so that you don't commit to any contract that you do not fully agree with. It is very important that you do this. A lot of musicians or a lot of music creators, they have gotten themselves clamped down by, their failure to involve a legal advisor to help them in breaking down contract information. It is very important that you do this. Do not just rush into contract. I know that it might be quite frustrating when you know that you have a music ability, you know that you have a music talent, you know that you have honed your talent, you have become very skillful at what you do, and yet you are not able to put your content out there, due to, certain constraints that you may have, certain financial obligations that you are not able to fulfill, due to certain financial needs that need to be met to be able to put your music out there. You may find yourself in these difficult situations. Regardless, you've got to take your time. Take your time, okay? You've got to take your time. No matter what, your talent is yours. Your music ability is yours. Your ability to write songs is yours. Your ability to make music is yours. You get what I'm saying? This is a talent that God has given you, and you have worked so hard to develop that talent, and you have become very skillful at what you do. So long as you still have your talent intact, so long as you still have your skills intact, that is the most important thing. Take your time and make sure that you land a contract that is very conducive for both parties. You sign a contract that is helpful to both parties. You don't sign a contract that is detrimental to your music career and your own welfare. It is very important that you do this. You must assess the contract duration. You must assess the terms and conditions. You've got to assess the policies involved in that contract. You get what I'm saying? Before you get involved, before you commit. Otherwise, it will be too late for you. By the time you know it, you have gotten yourself into probably a 2-year contract or a 5-year contract or a 3-year contract that will take, maybe 2 or 3 years or 5 years later to end. And, ending that contract abruptly may cost you. You may lose a lot if you bring a contract to an end abruptly. You get what I'm saying? So you've got to take your time. In this time that you are looking for a music executive producer, in this time that you are looking for a record label to sign you on, take your time and develop your skills. Hone your talent. Make sure that you develop your talent to the point that you become very skillful, very, very skillful, so much so that when your time comes, you cannot be ignored. You cannot be ignored. It is very important. When your time comes, nobody can ignore you. Nobody can ignore you for a talent that you have. And more so, even more so, nobody can ignore you for a skill set that you have. It is very important that you realize that you possess these skill sets and you own them. They are yours. You own them. And so own this before anybody owns you by putting you into a contract that may not be very helpful to your music career. Before anybody puts you in a contract that may not be very helpful to your music career and your well-being as a musician. You need to take this very seriously.